see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Give me no. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep shaking, dancing, whining, and don't you stop. Going forward, there is no turning back. I know, road is long and rugged. Yeah. You know what? Put up your hand now. Hey, I'm independent ladies. Holla, taking care of your babies. Holla, working hard for your money. See, I don't need no man to do that for me. I'm independent ladies. Holla, taking care of your babies. Holla, working hard for your money. See, I don't need no man to do that for me. Let me tell you this, shorty. Bling thing never impressed me. You gotta give me more than that, baby. Baby. Hard work not easy. So for that boy, you have to respect me. Everything I am, it's all on me. See, I can take my time. I'm not in no rush. Cause I got my whole life ahead of me. I'm not looking for no more. In the Lord, I put my trust. I'm gonna make it. You just wait and see. You just wait and see. I'm independent ladies. Holla, taking care of your babies. Holla, working on for your money. See, I don't need no man to do that for me. I'm independent ladies. Holla, taking care of your babies. Holla, working on for your money. See, I don't need no man to do that for me.
This girl, she's an angel of beauty. Like a Coca-Cola bottle, so she's sexy. She don't look sick, nor anorexic. I'm so happy the day she rolling me. She's a queen, she's a wife, she's a lady. The only woman ever drive by crazy. The right woman ever carry my baby. Always by my side, don't ignore me. I'm chipping down the road with me. Oh, no, man. Rolling with me. Oh, no, man. Rolling with me. Oh, no, man. She's mine now. Chipping down the road with me. Oh, no, man. Rolling with me. Oh, no, man. Strolling with me. Oh, no, man. Hey, yo! My baby told me that she loves me. She really needs me. And she always will be right there by my side. But I know all you men are watching. I know you lost it. Your body's falling for this girl of mine. I know you're watching, but that cannot take. Don't try to come between me and my woman. Know what you wanted, but you can't have it. Never lose your mind and try to take my woman. See me now. Chipping down the road with me. Oh, no, man. Rolling with me. Oh, no, man. Rolling with me. Oh, no, man. She's mine now. Chipping down the road with me. Oh, no, man.
That's how we do it. Sometimes we chip down the road with your woman because we bad like that. OMG in the morning. Good morning to you. This is how we sign in and sign on. It's now at 7 o'clock in SVG. Let's say we drop that ID, all right? Drop that ID. Let them know what time it is.
We serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Danielle, and DJ Shady.
You know, 438, you know? All the pain and suffering over, you know what I mean? And your life, and as relate to material possession, take a tremendous turn, you know what I mean? Yeah. Looking at my life and you will find hope. Never sit down yet and write a suicide note. With a full of nothing funny, do not find joke. This land is like a quicksand and I could find rope. The music make myself some. Life rough but man I try cope. And mama giant short and hungry belly used to kill me. Yes but man have high hope. Bust the cage man and touch the stage and sing some high note. Me go wife for the family. Them rock my boat. Poverty a celebration like July 4th. I switch up on my thing but me no cry for guys support. I make them fight for life support. No love. Nothing more. Escape the dirty floor. Bring my dog them from couple tour. Never money know what jam I go before. One side. Get my blessings and my count and me live high. And when my wings and broken, me still fly. If you no move the mountain, me still try. And I see some man chosen. Me never forget the code them me live by. My lesson at the road, them not give blind. Keep my eyes them open. Still fly when my wings them broken. Yeah. Life I got change, friend I got turn. Link I got pop, bridge off for burn. Girl I gon' give me the yeah, you gon' learn. Life I got show you down if you're not firm. So my belly early bird I get the worm. Even when we ready, dog, you have to stand up stern. Oh, me out and it is not the next man concern. Just no food I eat, yeah, next plan confirm. Now I'm gonna tell the lie, mommy, me know your head up high. Me feel a pain when you cry, you see them flame, then I'm here. Until the day me die, me keep on raising hell and bring the game to the sky. And bring the sugar to me youth and tell them, say me are the proof, a living legend, not deny. Get my blessings and my count and me live high. And when my wings and broken, me still fly. If yet no move the mountain, me still try. And if it's a man chosen, me never forget the code them me live by. My lesson at the road, them not give blind. Keep my eyes them open, still fly when my wings them broken.
Yo, Josh. I teach me something, make me not trust a lot. Me not trust me care, so me figure trust a shot. Can't find someone, my friend, them right now, but not believe me, say it was a lot. I don't trust friends, I don't trust family. I am chosen. Me no love likes like simile. Me only trust the bank and God. Only trust the bank and God. Me only trust the bank and God. Yeah, only trust the bank and God. Me only trust the bank and God. Only trust the bank and God. Only trust the bank and God. Only trust the bank and God.
The evolution of radio. Home 1069.
Act like you know this is how we do it every morning, 6 till 10. OMG crew. Kind of scaled down. Danielle's not here. She's not feeling good. Bing's not here. He's not feeling good. You think they went to the same party? They drink the same gazool? Tell me. Did they drink the same gazool, buddy?
Just a coincidence.
A coincidence. It sound like mutiny, huh? It sounds like mutiny. See Twitch active this morning. Good morning to all the Twitchers on the outside. Was that the one with the potatoes? What's going on there? Shady, don't know if you're black. I don't know if they can see it.
I'm black, yeah.
I don't know. It's true. 1,000. Nice to have you as well. And what was that? Judy 12388. Yo, nice to have you guys locked on. Good morning to Facebook, Allison Grant. Big up. Where's Mary? Where's Mary this morning? Where's Mary this morning?
I think her phone, she had phone problem.
I don't want to hear that. Anyways. I'm not going to start it off like that, huh? Not going to start it off. I see a story in the St. Vincent Times, boy, saying that there's no ease up on the job for jobs mandate. Tell me how you feel about anybody. You don't care. You job up. You done job up already. So I want to know about that. I want to know how the folks on the outside feels about that. I'm going to get into the story. Like I said, it's a story that I see in St. Vincent Times. I know that's definitely going to affect teachers in the classroom and stuff like that. They'll say COVID again, Mario. But hey, there's things that's happening in the country. All right. If you want to suggest a topic, if you want to say something, if you want to shout us, you could call us right now, because right now it's all about what's in my crew. Huh? What's in my crew? What about man? You have anything in your crew today, Shady?
Hangover.
How you mean hangover? Where did this weekend you was in Georgetown?
Nah. I was out.
You was out where?
There
was a rural soca mona. Where was it? Baga?
Yeah, Barley. Down in Barley.
Grabber was second. Who was first?
Marathon, I would believe. Yeah, the biggest song right now.
Jenna.
Yeah.
Jenna. Hey, mad. Anywhere that song play, people start whining. No. I see a woman behind the counter, soca playing, she vibing, and as soon as Jenna come on, if you see waist, I'm like, what really going on here? Oh boy. So in my crew, I gotta say Flo. I'm waiting for a hookup long time. I find Flo real slow to move sometimes. I'm waiting to get a hookup, I'm waiting to get things organized, Flo treating me like a redheaded stepchild right now. I don't understand that.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers.
During the In Macro?
I was just saying.
You should have started with that. During the In My Cross session, you say that? Happy belated birthday, all the man. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mother. You see, Flo, give me all Flo mash me up already, man. Come on. Give us all a 455-1069. That's the WhatsApp number. You can give us a shout there, voice note, what have you. Or give us a holler 451-1069. Like I said, there is a story on St. Vincent Times talking about the jabs for jobs. Prime Minister says SVG government will not be easing up on the vaccine mandate. The government employees who were terminated for not making the vaccination under the COVID-19 mandate will need to wait until the policy is rescinded before they can return to work without the jab. However, a specific date for such seems distant. Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves said the government is waiting until after July to fill the positions permanently, which were left vacant by those who refused to follow the mandate. Gonsalves' statement means that the government is not easing up on its vaccine mandate requirement for frontline workers anytime soon. Speaking on WeFM Issue at Hand program on Sunday, May 8th, which was yesterday, Gonsalves said the majority of positions are still filled by temporary workers. Vaccinations are required. However, many people have chosen not to comply with the requirement. Our government does not want to be difficult, but we need a safe classroom for the children and for the other teachers. According to Gonsalves, everyone is telling him that this teacher or that teacher wants to return to the classroom without taking the vaccine. What about those who do not want the unvaccinated in the classroom, he asked. What about the teacher who is inside the classroom, who has taken the vaccine, who has stated that he or she does not want to have the unvaccinated teacher there? We know that there is no reason to fear this vaccine. What is the problem? What is the problem with taking the vaccine? So that's my answers to my brothers and sisters. Frontline workers are required to be vaccinated against COVID-19 under the mandate that came into effect on November 2021. A case involving over 500 employees whose termination was triggered because they refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine as required by the government will be heard in the High Court next week. Attorneys retained by the Public Service Union and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union to represent the dismissed workers have filed for a motion for leave to request judicial review of the dismissal decision. Justice Esco Henry granted leave for judicial review on March 10th, 2022. On May 3rd, 2022, the Public Service Union and the Teachers Union met with the New Democratic Party to call for the abolition of the ULP's government's mandatory vaccination policy, the reinstatement of all workers who lost their jobs because of it, and restoring all their benefits. There you go. Full story on the St. Vincent Times. What do you think, buddy? I know that you're safe because you're triple vaccinated. You have people in your corner that can vouch for you. A man like people that haven't taken the vaccine.
That's that situation.
And how does this bode for there were the workers that got called back because they weren't frontline workers. That's the sanitation workers, right?
Yeah. It's puzzling.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I am a little confused. Give us a holler, 451-1069. That's the number to call on air. 455-1069. That is the WhatsApp number. I have to check my WhatsApp. I haven't done so in more than a minute. We also have to take a quick commercial break and come back. Big Damon, good morning to you. Good morning, of course, to Famous. Nice to have you on the inside. Charlene, bigger respect to you as well. We'll take a short commercial pause and come back with the discussion. Let us know what you think about jabs for jobs or whatever is in your crow, because Shady says he's got nothing in his crow. Don't forget, council comes in at what time? 7:45?
7:45, yeah.
I know he's going to have a lot to say about the jabs to the jobs. All right. So council comes in at 7:45. We've got Mr. Weeks. That's right, at 8:30. And Dr. Richards He joins us at 9:45. That's right. And we can try to squeeze him in a little early and get him get some time. All right. Keep it locked on. This is OMG in the morning, giving you the vibe, the beat, the bounce, and the flavor.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better
Isn't
price,
it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
District Stairs is offering an Easter special designed to floor you. 10% off laminate, vinyl, hardwood, tiles, you name it. We've got you covered if you're looking for durability, versatility, and an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. We offer customized services from start to finish. WhatsApp District Stairs at 1289-200-7649 or check out districtstairs.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for special promotions. Free shipping to SVG for April.
26. Buy one
Style,
item.
confidence, agility, elegance, pride. This is what it means to be a Vincy Heat player. The SVG Football Federation is pleased to announce that the official Vincy Heat replica is now on sale for only $90. Available in blue, yellow, and green. These authentic Vincy Heat replicas can be dressed up or down for any occasion. Unisex shirts are available in a range of sizes: adult small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Sizes available for the entire family. So kids, don't you worry, we've got you covered. Get your Vincy Heat replicas now for only $90 at convenient locations. The SVG Football Federation office in Kingstown, Sports Locker Plus at Stony Ground, the SVG Tourism Association at the Cruise Ship Terminal, Links at the E.T. Joshua Center, and Giggles at the Argyle International Airport.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomanon. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take the ice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
The small things in life are actually the big things that matter most. Things like lining with your friends, staying out till sun is setting, and my personal favorite, in a bed. So when I grab an ice cold Smalley, it's going down. Light and easy, just how I like it. And so, until we meet again, I got my new favorite beer and I enjoy in life. Cause although it's small, there's still big laughs and enough fun. Visit Smalley Instagram for more information. Smalley, big fun. Please drink responsibly.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces the Lotto app for all Android and iPhones. Your free download available at NLASVG.com. Whether it's home, work, or simply having fun, get all NLA game results at your fingertips. View all draws of the National Lotteries Authority on your handset or tablet with the user-friendly Lotto app. Download today at NLASVG.com. The Lotto app.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
What's this scene, yeah? Girl, you mean, yeah. The way you move, yeah. The way you whine and you grind and you bubble and you tap the way, yeah. Girl, you fine, yeah. You move in time, yeah. The way you whine and you grind and you bubble and go down, yeah. Down little bit, down little bit, whine and go down, yeah. Down little bit, down little bit, whine and go down, yeah. Down little bit, down little bit, whine and go down, yeah. Down little bit, whine and go down, yeah. I like the way you move, yeah. Round and round is the way you move your hips, yeah. You whine with attitude, yeah. Up and down, baby, whine and move your hips, yeah. Down little bit, whine and go down, 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 yeah.
Too much now since we last see your body, but it feels like years. Let me tell you right now, girl, I don't want anybody else up in my space. I remember that time we made love in the lobby. Man, those weren't the days, but now they gone. Cause I treated you bad. Baby, I am sorry. Never take you for granted, baby, I am sorry. For every time I miss you, baby, I am sorry. Girl, that's you I want, and baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And baby, girl, I miss you. Yeah, baby, girl, I miss you. Yeah, baby, girl, I miss you. Baby, girl, I miss you. Me miss your company, me miss your waistline. Me should have married a long time, but me waste time. Me hear you have a new man to the grapevine, but now you block me, me can't even FaceTime. Not even WhatsApp, face your WhatsApp. You know the worst part, that's a big top. You is a big freaky girl and whatnot. So me know the new man I get it.
Why you weeping? Why you crying? Why you bawling behind your husband? No, he's dead and gone.
The evolution of radio. Oh, 106.9.
Why you moaning? Why you crying? Why you groaning behind your husband? No, he's dead and gone. So much misery and pain, it was sad inside. So much pressure he gave you, you couldn't abide. No, he dead and gone, woman, you're free. I beg you, please, don't weep. Who you looking for? You will cry no more. To spend your money and call you honey. Who will wipe your eyes and tell you don't cry? Who will kiss you in your ear and call you my dear?
Pick your number. You want a old man or somebody younger. You want a man to go put you right under. Rev out your engine like a thunder. Listen to me, Sandra. Yes, Cassandra. Little boy Joe might not be the answer. After the wine and dine with the lobster, he might pack up and run off after. She said the younger the youth. She said the stronger the juice. She said the longer the roots, especially when she under she moves.
Remember when he leave you and forsake you for no reason, for a girl named Sue, who younger than you.
Boom 106.9.
She don't understand how old man is drink young coconut. What kind of story time is that? I was just about to say, yo, once you do real things for apologies, you know. You make apologies sweet. You understand? So, brothers, if you're doing wrong, you know, follow that. And then you slip in the consequent song right after. Talking about young. I really ain't know. Anyways, morning time on your radio, 721. Got some comments from Facebook, and I'll let you know what's going on with that in just a little bit. But New York, Brooklyn, NY, get ready for the soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Get appetizers like pulled chicken sliders. That's right, pulled chicken sliders, mozzarella sticks, or even camole and plantain chips. Or feast on the All-American Burger. I kind of getting hungry right now, yeah. Chicken, rice, and peas, or Caribbean skirt steak. Of course, Friday, May 20th, it's the soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Let's get to the comments. See who say what. Someone says, first of all, roll call. Anu Fari, good morning to you. Joshua, good morning to you, buddy. I saw Joshua sent a picture as well. I should share that, you know. Anyways, it says, Seboom.
See Mary's online. Morning, Mary.
Yeah, man. Mary. Nice to have you on the inside. Allison Grant. Winston. Nice to have you on the inside as well. Of course, highly favored child, spreading the vibes, the positive vibes. Angela, I'm always around, you know. I just choose to be in the background, but just throw me in the front of things today. So forget my meetings. My meetings don't matter. Just throw me in the front. Anyways.
Cleve and Jackie.
And of course,
in Union.
That's hey Union. When is a Union jump up?
It does normally be for Easter, so it's
different.
Next
year.
So
Allison says, if workers get back their jobs, they should be hired as new employees. As civil workers, you should adhere to the rules. It's not fair to those who did the right thing and took the vaccine. What do you think about that? Hire them back, but you lost your tenure. Oh, so that'll affect pension and everything, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Hey. That's right. Somebody said, what? Mr. Gonzalez, wicked. Things are let go in SVG, but still will not give the people their work back, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because the pay is basically free. So barely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
they had street jump up as well.
Listen, people fetting and whining, you know, like there's no social distancing.
No.
And there are still some places, some big organizations that are enforcing mask mandates and stuff. Other places say that they are, but you know, even if you forget your mask, man, take a thing, no man. It's you. You have a visa face. I'm not saying to stop doing that, because I just forget plenty.
Because I my park and then I reach by the door.
And you forget your mask, you see? And I go back for my mask. Good morning, how you doing? You're welcome to Boom.
Good morning, my brother.
Hey.
My other brother.
Yes.
Happy to hear you all, and I'm saying I make a pledge to my God and to my parents dead in the grave, that I will never ever let them down. And my role in this country is to educate people. And I'm very hot. Because you know that there's no police could come for me anymore, or any person could sue me, because I've been very honest with the public. But all I'm saying, we have three major mandates applied across the country and the Grenadines, and those three major mandates are mask mandate, social distancing, and hand sanitizing. So basically, what is adopted, not adopted from Gonsalve or from Mr. Biden, it was adopted from the World Health Organization. This is the best way we fight this coronavirus, in particular because it's novel. We don't even know much. We don't even know where it came from. And it has worked effectively. Anytime we didn't do these things, obviously we get ourselves in trouble. And what we're having is politicians, not just Mr. Gonsalve administration. The sister said, don't say dictatorship. Not just him, but in other countries, we are seeing them making this mistake, and they have to go back to these very vital mandates. So if you go basically to any of the places in St. Vincent, and I thank God for Lanes. I spoke about Lanes on another radio station. God bless you all, Lanes, for what I'm seeing there. I went there by Lanes last week to get a little gift from my mother, and they have applied the mask mandate. But not only that, the workers understand the very importance of why they're not wearing it because Mr. Gonsalve says so. They're wearing it because they want to protect the children. They're wearing it because they realize that there's a virus. That's not like chickenpox. You don't know you have it. And so, literally, if you don't know you have it, how are you going to be able to go to your home, face your mother, face your children, not knowing? And this vital mandate is very important. Why? Who stop it? And I'm only saying, thank God for those places that are applying it. You go in, my brother, you know what I'm speaking about. You see they put out it. Sometimes you get about 15 set different hand sanitizer. It's important that we follow that. Any leader that doesn't do that, I'm begging, Mr. Gonsalves, I ain't come here to cuss you. I'm begging the opposition. They have faulted equally. And I don't even think we need those kind of politicians in our country to make sure that our citizens comply. The mask mandate didn't come from a politician. It came comprehensively from a scientist. Dr. Malone spoke about it. He was the past, head director. And let me say this, very important one. The most recent, which was the scientist in two countries basically actually, and that was the Israelis and also the Chinese did another comprehensive study on the importance of that mask. We need to see our, going on now. All the fans of them take it up.
But I spoke about that earlier, but
you know
Mr. Hamilton,
you know why they took it up?
Why?
Because basically, ULP man came in by asked a police officer. She was one of them who lost the job. She came in and he said, the big man say that you can.
I'm more concerned about the vaccine mandate that I was talking about with the government workers.
Could I give you a little just quick get some information in the vaccine mandate? So we are now getting information coming from Pfizer, and I hope you look at it, and it's very devastating. So after 3 months, we are seeing 42,000. We never see that amount of adverse events. The most we saw was around 7,000 for the flu shot. And we also seeing within just 3 months, 1,223 deaths. I'm saying in terms of a vaccine mandate, almost all of the world have recognized it cannot, it's no way knitted with the constitution of a country. You cannot force somebody to take part in an experiment. But again, my main part that hurts me, it's not safe, it's not effective. So Israel's last report is on the booster shot. So as you know, they did booster shot with Delta, and when they tried it on American 1, BA1, it failed. So they went to the fourth shot. And when they applied the fourth shot, this document is very vital. After 2 weeks it wanes. What a way are we going with mandates? It has been clearly from the World Health Organization. It's not sustainable because it's made from the original genome. We need to make different vaccines and give them long-term phase 3 trial. I am not begging Mr. Gonsalves. I'm not begging Mr. Biden. I'm not begging any politician. I'm proud of those people who follow the science and then take that mask because their life is in danger based on the findings coming from Pfizer. And that is all I have to say on that. I beg you all that I know you all took the vaccine. I'm praying for you all. I want to make a recommendation. Don't take that booster shot. Israel has recommended it's dangerous. I'm not, and let me say this, everything I'm saying here doesn't go counter to what Mr. Gonsalves is saying. It is what the science has said. And you can stand in front of the judge. Give me the best judge in this country. I'll stand in front of him.
Let's get somebody else's contribution as well, Mr.
Stop this game. Beg our politicians to stop playing with people's lives. And I think we would have a better team than anybody.
All right, buddy.
Love you, my brother.
Take it easy.
I miss my sister, my brother.
Yes, man. Views from Mr. Hamilton in a calm, collected way. You gotta like that. I see someone here saying, Preston is saying, I can't believe people are still defending this nonsense. People have a fundamental right to choose what goes into their bodies. I am vaccinated. That was my choice. Government mandate for vaccine is wrong. The nonsensical nature, of it is some people are welcomed back and some are not. Hypocrisy is what it is. Judy, good morning to you. Max, good morning. Someone said mandate Hamo or strongly recommend. Winston says wearing a mask is like putting a chain link fence around your yard to keep out mosquito. Oh God. Who's this man? Who let this guy in the chat? Security. I got a quick PSA for you before we jump into some commercials, and then take some music, and then the council should be in with us. All right, gotta let you know that public assistance for the month of May 2022 will be paid in the following areas on the following dates from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. On Tuesday, May 10th, that is tomorrow, Barely Revenue Office. And what's that? Monday, May 16th, Myro, Union Island, Kanawan, and Beckway at the revenue offices there. All right. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that right now. Let's jump into this commercial break so that we can come in time for council. All right, keep it locked on. It's Boom 106.9 OMG in the morning. We want to hear what's on your mind, have a little discussion, and of course, taking some vibes with DJ Shady. Keep it locked on.
The National District Stairs is offering an Easter special designed to floor you. 10% off laminate, vinyl, hardwood, tiles, you name it. We've got you covered if you're looking for durability, versatility, and an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. We offer customized services from start to finish. WhatsApp District Stairs at 1289-200-7649 or check out districtstairs.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for special promotions. Free shipping to SVG for April.
Style, confidence, agility, elegance, pride. This is what it means to be a Vincy Heat player. The SVG Football Federation is pleased to announce that the official Vincy Heat replica is now on sale for only $90. Available in blue, yellow, and green. These authentic Vincy Heat replicas can be dressed up or down for any occasion. Unisex shirts are available in a range of sizes: adult small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Sizes available for the entire family. So kids, don't you worry, we've got you covered. Get your Vincy Heat replicas now for only $90 at convenient locations. The SVG Football Federation office in Kingstown, Sports Locker Plus at Stony Ground, the SVG Tourism Association at the Cruise Ship Terminal, Links at the E.T. Joshua Center, and Giggles at the Argyle International Airport.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch, no more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD, fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call BMC Agencies Limited or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Be a glam mom this month with the best names in designer eyewear from Quartz Optical. Get 30% off frames and lenses for her and 60% off sunglasses all month long. Make a statement with Michael Kors, Kate Spade, Ralph Lauren, and more for less. Plus, with Ready Finance, pay nothing for 30 days. Book your free eye examination appointment online today at www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss this opportunity to glam out this Mother's Day only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Conditions apply. See online and in store for details.
Bull 1069. Come on. SVG's number one.
In life. In life. Like royalty. Hey. If I make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. Me used to sleep on Stagger Couch. Me used to sleep on Corey Couch. Them and they never left me out. Me used to live at Eddie House. Me never keep me own a key. She keep my used to let me out. Me bring him with me go LA. It's like a him get nominated. Watch the Grammy side of me. Cause how much people can you say would feed you when you're hungry, when you brought them bless you with money? But I have been so fortunate, surrounded by so many people, make sure say me compensating. And them the thing me can't forget. Your daughter and my daughter wants me living, she no happy fret. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Never ever happy think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me happy set it in a right. Like royalty. Hey,
man, I set it like G a God. Remember when we get the first under a God? Cartels the clocks up and it did record. Shall the world be first, beat record. God bless them reaping the reward. Get me first bill, I remember when we used to stop. Pull up Irish town Benz in a garage. Pops color protege, them cannot sabotage. Like the iPhone 11 summer charge. Book my ganja in front the Sarge. Right now them surprise how man I live. So me gain the blessing, yo, so me give.
now watch no face, beg no more pardon. Enough drugs, money they are cherry garden. No individual society applauding. You can ask anybody where them get them starting. But no politician take a donation. So no criminal will never see a station. Never see a cell, not even a courthouse. But every Sunday we see them take a boat out. North Coast Resort and car dealership. The construction company, them just don't legit. Usually wash the money, turn it round and hide it. When the kickback them come in, the government delighted. So police cancel operation. Cause no real bad man a go station. Now if you check his situation, and blood money running nation. Come take a look in a Jamaica. Injustice in the place now. If what you see no really face it.
Oh, it's somebody land. Where you get that system you're from? Boy, the ones that don't poor people land. John no seminar vote again, no sir. For the MP don't give a damn. Where you get that system you're from? Don't say me live on Scotland. Joe, me don't rich like Matalan, no sir. Me a born Jamaican. Me nah have nowhere to go. Me born and me grow, you're so inna the ghetto. Bigger heads, make you a blind now. Me can't buy your house up a cherry garden. Ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. The tribulation inna the ghetto is a must. Never qualified in a housing trust. For me lose all of my money in a cash bounce. But me know say me a born Jamaican. Me dey a from slavery as a African. Somebody tell me where Matalan come from. We own so much land in our island. Tell me this a chin, go back to Japan. Cause Jamaica, see the black man. From Moran Pine to Nickel Pine. From St. Thomas to Westmoreland. Oh, yes, I'm Babylon. Where you get that system you're from? But you also don't poor people land. John no seminar vote again, no sir. The MP don't give a damn. Where you get that system you're from? Don't say me live on Scotland. Joe, you don't rich like Matalan, no sir.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
So you're just making me understand that I missed my entire morning meds because some people decide to go party last night and then just tell me I had to show up here. That's all right.
Morning, Daddy.
I don't like that.
I'm not saying it's
I
done.
don't like
Morning, Dan.
But you're not saying it's done either. Huh? Anyway. Hey, Hamo. Josh wants to know where he can come and consult you. He needs to send what? I thought you really wanted to talk to the man and share some documents, Josh. Don't worry, Shady getting all kinds of sounds. Whip, flush, cannonball, real things. Don't worry. So 4511069. That is the number to call. We want to know what's your view, what's your thought, what's going on in your neck of the woods. Like I said, main topic today is the vaccine mandate. Is that still even a thing? And can you because the place open. Shady, you say it. The place open. You can look at videos from where's the Barley?
Barley and also up in Lacroix.
Right. I mean, look at the color, not color fit. I keep saying color. Was it color fit? I love soca. I mean,
well, it was a color fit.
Yeah, that was huge, right?
Big.
So and that didn't have any.
Definitely no social distancing. It took me like half an hour to get to the bathroom.
It took you half. So wait, no, you was swimming in it.
I was in the VIP section.
Morning, you're live on Boom.
Morning, we're going on.
Hey.
I did here. Was the place ever locked down? Because in heart of the mandate, they had a wedding that caused Parliament to suspend. They had the big wigs, some sandals came and mingle with people without no quarantine, mandatory quarantine, because at the time vaccine or not, you had to quarantine in a government approved facility, hotel. When them sandal people come and clap and jump up and drink the and the wine, they never quarantine.
Yeah, but how you know that there wasn't tests that showed that they were negative before they came in?
Negative tests or not, they still had to quarantine any hotel. Because I was trying to come home at the same time, and according to the laws that was in place, I say me now come home again because me not give I money and me have an empty house that me could go and lie down in. But rightfully so they put the mandate in place. Rightfully so the mandate was in place because when they give people a blind, people them escape the house and was gallivanting, remember when the police back in a place.
Right. So
what I'm saying is
maybe it was a select, but you see the same thing. They probably knew that or assumed that the folks that they were giving that blight to would be more responsible.
They did obviously give them a blind, but my thing is now we put the mandate on paper, but in reality everybody not the mandate is not for everybody. Mandate was for certain people. Look at police at the time was in the back of a pickup truck, jam up against each other, go and tell people put on
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying right or wrong, I'm just trying to put things into perspective. We just put this mandate out there to us because CDC put mandate out there. You see what I'm saying? But now, let the fast forward to today. Everything open, and you have teachers who've been teaching for years.
Well, that's
and they're all telling me that they lose their pension. Imagine if you work in for 15 years, 20 years, they say, boy, me have 10 more years left to 30 years, and me won't take the retirement money here and relax myself because I give my all to these good children. I give my all to these children who can't comprehend and teach a child to read. Teach a child to come from 1 to 10 without the use of a calculator or iPhone. And you're going to stifle my retirement and tell me you taking my retirement because I decide to not put something in my body which I deem to be a poison? That is absolutely ridiculous now. Okay, say if you're working 20 years and you're supposed to retire in 30 years, so you'll retire 10 years early. Why don't these people retro pay these teachers? I'm not saying that's not the factor or whatever, but just a suggestion. I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes. Why don't they retrofit them and say, boy, you forfeit 10 years because you didn't work 10 years, so I'm getting your retirement now for 20 years. And you go, instead of getting $10, now you're getting $7 because $3 take off. So I'm not sure what's really going on, but no. You have certain people you put back in sanitation workers.
Yeah, I know that'll be a
can't
point of
put back
contention.
teachers.
Yeah.
So what and not downplaying the importance of sanitation workers, because without sanitation nothing prospers. Sanitation is very, 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 very important. But why you giving sanitation workers their job back, but you can't give back teachers their work?
Max, I hate to cut you off, but we've got counsel backstage that we have to get to.
Yeah, man,
actually
go on
his
your
time.
thing, man.
All right, buddy. Big
Big up
respect
yourself.
to you. All right, it's time for us to join counsel with Plain Talk here on OMG in the morning. There you go. On OMG in the morning.
Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Boy, here we go. I know people saying, Mario, you're real boring this morning, and then.
Hi, good morning, Mario. Good morning,
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning to all the other members of your team.
Yes.
There are a whole host of things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the cannabis cafe.
Boy.
But I can't talk about that. At least not today.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the situation unfolding in BVI with the arrest of Premier Foy.
Yes.
And the decision of the British to try to take over and to go back into full direct colonial rule. But I can't talk about that. I wanted to talk about the spate of announcements which the government had. The spate of announcements by government and government officials, Prime Minister Gonzalez, Finance Minister Gonzalez, Sobota Caesar, having to do with the construction of the new acute referral hospital at Anna's Vale, this new effort to bring geothermal energy, all of the hotels that are supposed to be coming, not all of the port project. But guess what? I can't talk about any of those today. I have to talk about this statement which Gonzalez made on WeFM yesterday. I mean,
boy.
Gonzalez is clearly the oldest prime minister we ever had.
What? Okay.
I ain't sure if there's any other prime minister, I can't recall if there's any other prime minister in the Caribbean who has gotten to the age of 76. I may be wrong, but I ain't sure. But clearly, age is beginning to show.
Qualify that.
So
What do you mean age beginning to show?
Age is beginning to show. The man is clearly slowing down mentally. For him to say,
yeah.
He says everyone is telling me that this teacher or that teacher want to return to the classroom without taking the vaccine. What about those who do not want the unvaccinated in the classroom?
Yeah.
What about a teacher who is inside the classroom who was taking the vaccine?
That's right.
Who has stated that he or she does not want to have the unvaccinated teacher there? Now, what the hell does that have to do with anything? I thought we were guided by science. And the science has clearly said that whether you are vaccinated or unvaccinated, it really makes no difference in terms of your susceptibility to being infected. That the person who is unvaccinated has an equal or less chance of contracting or of transmitting the virus. That is clear. That has been clear now even before Gonzalez imposed his draconian vaccine mandate back in November, December of last year. So for him to talk at the time when his government is going full speed ahead to do carnival, he himself had said that a scaled down carnival is not a carnival, it's an event. So the government is going full scale ahead, full speed ahead to do a full carnival where all of we would have a chance to do all of the things that we want to do. But even before we get to June, July, you only have to go to any of the night spots. You only have to go to any of the restaurants. You only have to go to any of the hotels. You only have to go to what happened with Colafet when it is estimated that 10,000 young people were there. We had cricket before that. And at each point, when we had a test, there was no major spike. Minister of Culture and Sport, Carlos James, when we were coming up on Easter, said we will have to look at Easter to see what happens. Easter has come and gone. No major spike. What are these jokers doing? Why are they punishing the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Why? Because they made a foolish decision back in November, December to impose a mandate. Remember, Gonzalez was imposing a mandate in November, December when Gaston Brown had cancelled his mandate. Gaston Brown of Antigua had cancelled his mandate. They still have a policy where if an unvaccinated person is coming into St. Vincent, he or she has to be quarantined for at least 7 days. A vaccinated person coming in who is equally capable and likely to contract and transmit the virus gets to come and walk right through and gallivant all over St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When would the policy of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines be aligned with science? When? It is high time that the government stop pussyfooting. In fact, it was Trinidad Prime Minister Manning who says that people were jackassing the thing. Gonzalez and his government is jackassing the thing. And now they need to stop. They need to get off the backs of Vincentian people to allow the people to live, allow the people to strive, because we know countries with better science than us, Britain, Australia, Singapore, India, New Zealand, South Africa, all of them with better science than us have relented on the mandates and have allowed people to live their lives. Clearly, what this government has done, it has pushed itself into a corner. It has vamped on a significant section of it, hundreds of Vincentian public workers, teachers, police, nurses. It has encouraged the private sector to fire hundreds of workers who refuse to take the vaccine, and now it does not want to back away. It does not want to back away because it does not. People have been out now for 6 months. Public workers have been out now for 6 months without a salary, and Gonzalez is realizing that this thing is piling up. I'll have to pay all of these people their monies back, because I can tell you, those of us who are doing the legal claim are very, very confident that we will prevail in judicial review. We will prevail on the constitutional argument, and the court will command him to rehire the workers. The court will command him to pay all of the pensions and gratuity that he tried to rob the people of St. Vincent for. So he can take it the easy way, end the pay now, and have less to pay. I mean, he can say, as Gaston did, we're a merciful government, and we realize that we cannot allow this pain to go on more, or he can allow the court to slap him down. But in doing that, he would be wasting a lot of money, because he has to pay his legal team, and his legal team does not come cheap. It is headed by prominent senior counsel out of Dominica, Tony Astafan. Tony does not come cheap, and rightfully so. So he would have to pay a tremendous amount of money to Tony and that team, and he will still lose, because the facts are not on his side, as one judge told me one time. Well, not me, but I was in court when he was saying this to another lawyer. The facts are not on his side. The law is not with him. So consequently, he's destined to lose. So why is he doing this? I mean, the argument that people may not want, a vaccinated person may not want an unvaccinated person to come in, is akin to 30 years ago. People may recall back in 1991, when Magic Johnson declared that he was HIV positive. And a lot of people, a lot of players said, well, oh, we didn't want to play with Magic because we didn't want his sweat to touch us. We didn't, because we might get HIV. And then in a few short years, they realized that that was junk science. And Magic went back into the league and he played, and then he coached, and then he became an executive of the Lakers, because science dictated that the fears that people had were unjustified. Similarly, science has shown that the fears which were consciously spurred on by government and government officials, not only here in St. Vincent, but across the world, to force people to take the vaccine, that fear was unjustified, and science proved that it was unjustified, and consequently many people backed away from it. Now, why then would the government continue to push this hard line on vaccine? Why talk about wait until after July? Why after July? After Carnival to prove yet again that there's not going to be a spike? It is. About 3 months ago, I wrote a column called Doubling Down on Evil, because I thought the science was clear that these vaccines were not viable. We saw that there was a time when we were told that they were 95% effective. And then we realized that as the months rolled on, it was 60%, then 40%, then 30%. Now scientists in Israel and Singapore and other places saying the vaccines only have an efficacy for about 2 weeks. Only an efficacy about 2 weeks. And there's also the question of the safety of the vaccine. I don't think anyone now thinks that those of us who are talking about safety were stoning the sea or shooting backing up the clouds, like a dog backing up the clouds. Clearly, it is now established beyond doubt that the vaccines are responsible for a tremendous amount of adverse events, including strokes and deaths. That is undeniable now.
A tremendous amount?
Excuse me?
A tremendous amount, you say?
Tremendous amount. Tremendous amount.
What's the stats on that tremendous amount versus those that
there's a whole lot of stats. The CDC itself has admitted that over 1,040, well, not the CDC, Pfizer in its disclosures was supposed to reveal that over 1,042 persons, and that was in early in the first 3 months of the vaccine, had fallen ill and died as a result. In the first 3 months, we are now going on a year and some. So if you extrapolate out of that, if we think about the number of persons who have been healthy, ordinary people, athletes, young people, not yet 60, who have been falling over and dying from heart attacks at an accelerated rate. Nobody denies that the adverse events are there. Nobody denies that the no serious person admits that the adverse events are present and are seriously affecting people.
But what's the percentage of those adversely affected as opposed to those not affected at all?
But
I'm saying.
But I think the argument, the way you're posing the argument, Mario, is false, because the fact that I'll show you how. If a billion persons took the vaccine,
right,
and let's say 2,000 died,
right,
the question as to the efficacy of the vaccine is clearly in doubt. I mean, nobody denies that anymore, that the efficacy is not there. So how are we? If the efficacy has fallen off from 95% now to about 30%, how are we to quantify the effectiveness of the vaccine in fighting the virus? That is an open question that is out there.
But Jomo, based on those stats, I mean, companies don't recall vehicles for those kind of stats that you just.
But Mario,
right?
The problem with that argument is this.
What?
A company, of course, they don't recall. Remember when Chevrolet had the Pinto back in the 70s?
Yeah.
And it was said that there's a tendency for the Pinto to flip over and burst into flames.
Right.
And they calculated that it may be cheaper to pay those persons who die than to recall all of those vehicles and fix them. Unfortunately, in this case with the vaccine, they ain't paying nobody.
But even side effects for medications that's been approved by the FDA have side effects that's more than the stats that you quoted for the vaccine just now. So,
but Mario,
when
you go to a facility, when you go to a medical facility and you're injured, you have a chance to sue for personal injury, for medical malpractice.
Yeah, but
none of these governments, none of the pharmaceutical companies, well, the governments have given the pharmaceutical companies immunity, and the governments are not taking on the responsibility to say that if you get injured, they would take responsibility for your health. Unlike in Japan, where the Japanese government has said, look, there are problems relating to these vaccines, so the option is yours to take them. And if you take them based on a mandate, then we would take responsibility for your health. Not so in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not so across the Caribbean. So, but the argument you make is an interesting one, Mario, because you only could make that argument persuasively because this didn't happen to you or your daughter or your mother. Or your sister.
No, not at all. Because I've had people very close to me suffer through COVID and some die. So that is not accurate at all, Jomo.
No, what I'm saying to you is that you may be able to make the argument which you have made because you do not have anyone who might have taken the vaccine, suffer an adverse event, or end up with serious difficulty or die.
But
so, did your family member die from COVID or with COVID?
From or with?
Yeah.
This is Boom 106. Now we take a pause, take a top of the hour ID, and come back. And I'll battle.
You have to answer my question, though.
I'll battle with JomoThomas. Give it locked on. Shady, give us the ID.
We serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Danielle, and DJ Shady.
I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. And the cooler and the day. Hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could sit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, if I amazing. Let's go carry the one that we get from Badman, yeah. I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now. Keep them company.
Boom 1069. SVG's #1.
Oh gosh. Man, belly. I'm just a stranger in a crowded place. And the cooler and the day. Hoping to find someone with a familiar face so we could sit and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, if I amazing. Let's go carry the one that we get from Badman, yeah. I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now, keep them company. I want you to jam on somebody now, hold on somebody now, make them your family. Yeah, let me mash up the place and dance. Then we walk up the waist and dance. Yeah, let me mash up the place and dance. Then we walk up the waist and dance. Drunk or sober, out from a culture, set up panorama again. On the road with you, man, jumping up to the soda. Must find a partner to play bass with me. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to wind on a bumper. So let's be amazing, if I amazing. Let's look everything from Badman, yeah. I want you to jam on somebody
revolution of radio. Home 1069.
Hey, at Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and medicinal supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. Opened Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more. And of course, they just celebrated their 6th anniversary last week. So you know, check out Pharmacy Plus, all right? Flow has Flow. You can make the switch to Flow for free today. Flow, come by my place and keep your number. Plus, enjoy 24 gigs of island-wide LTE data. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, keeping you connected. Let's jump back on with our legal mind. So I've got to answer questions. Well, I can only go by what this say COVID. I never questioned them before, so I didn't question them now.
But you see, Mario, the question. This is a question that people who have been driving the fear and ignorance don't want to answer. For example, it is said that the United States is approaching 1 million deaths from COVID. 1 million. That's a huge number. But guess what? 70% of those persons in the United States, more than 70%, are persons who are over 75.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Another 20% are persons who are either immunocompromised or grossly obese.
Right.
So when we extrapolate from those and take away, and when we understand as well that the average age for persons who have died from COVID is worldwide is 81. The average age is 81.
That is the updated
the average age. Check it out when you leave. Check it out. Always check it out. It hasn't come down. When we understand that the virus itself has impacted adversely less than 1% of the world population, that the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of people who contracted HIV in about 7 or 8 days were good to go and developed natural immunity to any further infection, which was better than any vaccine which was ever created. Right? When we know that, then the question becomes, who is driving this and why are they driving it to give the impression that all of these people are dying from COVID, when they know that people are dying with COVID? In other words, somebody who's very, very ill, very, very old, they were going to die anyway. And because one of the things that knocked them over when they were tested with COVID, that is used as the principal cause of death. When
that being the tipping point, that doesn't hold any.
Where is
without COVID?
There's no evidence that was the tipping point.
There was no evidence that shows.
There's no evidence that was the tipping point. If you have a heart ailment and you have high blood pressure and you have diabetes, which of those tipped you over? I saw the Walensky, the head of the CDC, said that the vast majority of persons who have died from COVID died from or with COVID in the United States had at least 3 or 4 comorbidities. These were very ill people. But I don't want to go out there, and I want to stay. Because you were questioning me on the deaths. I saw, and deaths related to the vaccine. About 2.5, 3 months ago, there was a report in the New York Times that made fairly wide coverage in the United States.
Yeah,
where an Arkansas insurance executive said that there was a 40% increase in insurance claims for death, a 40% between 2020 2020 and 21, 40% increase in insurance claims for death among insured 18 to 64. Now, 18 to 64 is way below the average age of persons who have died from COVID. Right? He says, on a worst case scenario, you may have a 10% increase. So when you have a 40% increase in a year, that is catastrophic. But the question then becomes, why are these people dying?
Jomo, I've got someone on the line here that wants to join the conversation. Oh, I missed them. Call back, caller. I caught you from the side of my eye.
But clearly, Mario, the gravamen of the discussion is this: what the government is doing is morally wrong. It is repugnant. It's repulsive.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of folks saying that this is a painted himself into a corner scenario. Someone actually says here that people will not remove the mandate. Sorry, the PM will not remove the mandate nor give back to people their jobs, in his opinion. Not with the kind of pride he has, simply because people are saying what he can do means he will never do it unless Vincentians demand it or the courts decide, then it's not happening.
Well, I think that what I hope, Mario, what I hope, right, is at the end of this, I hope that the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the government led by Ralph Gonsalves, the party led by Ralph Gonsalves, I hope they pay a big political price for what they're doing to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Big, it must be massive, it must be a rout.
We've got somebody on the line right now. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Morning to you on the council. A defamation case brought against another media entity was handed down last week. What's your opinion on it?
Well, I thought it was an excellent decision by Justice Bayer. Excellent decision. Clearly, the defendants in that case invoked the very important legal principles of fair comment and what was the other one? Well, something privilege. It eludes me now. But they were clearly able to argue persuasively to Justice Bayer that what they said was within the realm of fair comment. And even though what this Justice Bayer says, even though objectively it may said to be slanderous or get close to slander what they were saying, the fact that they were in the public domain and they were making public comments on a public issue, that the law allows for leeway in commentators, in radio personalities, in citizens commenting aggressively. And I found it instructive in the decision. Justice Bayer says, look, you don't have to be nice when you're making comments to people. The marketplace of ideas allow for you to be very, very strident once you are within the realm. Qualified privilege is the other one. Fair comment and qualified privilege. So I delighted in that decision. And interestingly, it is the argument that we made. I was the attorney for Eyewitness News in a civil claim against Eyewitness News about a year ago, where the magistrate found that Eyewitness News and Kenton Chance was liable to pay the man for commenting on something. Well, for reporting on what occurred in a court. We were blown away by the decision and we appealed the decision, so we expected the appeal to come up in July. We invoked the legal principles of truth, fair comment, and qualified privilege. The magistrate never applied her mind to any of those. She simply said, well, I believe the woman, and found Kenton Chance and Eyewitness News liable. That's not the way it is done. Even if you believe the person, you have to now do the legal analysis. Does the comment or the reportage fall within the defenses of truth, qualified privilege, fair comment. And none of that the magistrate did not do. So we are hoping for some success when we go before the Court of Appeal in July.
I'll just make a comment before I go off. Short comment, very, very brief. My problem with certain media organization is that if the ordinary John Doe make an accusation against an ordinary person, they will bring them in the studio and they would let them tell the story and call names. But if it's a certain big individual, powerful individual in this country, that same media organization would not bring that person in the studio to call that person's name and make the accusation because they're afraid they're going to get sued. Have a good day, guys.
All right. I can't comment on the statement because I've got nothing to qualify it with. So, someone says, sorry, Jomo, I don't have confidence in Vincentians. Come next election, you'll be surprised by how they forget this treatment with a little treating. And someone says another says they won't pay a heavy political price for the simple reason the electorate is a very short memory span. In addition, when silly season comes around, they get to jump up and get two dancehall artists and things nice again. All is forgiven. Interesting. It seems that the common thread is that it's posturing and that the electorate has a short memory.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think
this is the ushering of change?
Excuse me?
You think that this is the ushering of a change mentality?
Well, for one thing, in 2020, the opposition party won more popular votes than the governing party. It was the first time it happened since 1998. So there's movement along there. The governing party won one seat by one vote.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the words of Prime Minister Gonzalez, the governing party had what he called a cordon sanitaire. And I always like to hear him say it. Meaning that they had safe passage on the windward side of the country. Where do they have safe passage now? With the possible not a possible exception, with the exception of PM Gonzalez's seat, there is no safe passage. Camilo won by less than 200 votes, Soboto by about 220, Stevenson by about just over 200, Soboto by just over 200. Those are narrow margins. And with the ULP going for a sixth term, they would have to really perform at a high level.
I got somebody on the line, Council. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Yeah, good morning. Council, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, but you see that I would like you to deal with, if not now, maybe later. We retired persons have been told by the Accountant General, other authorities, that when they retire, they will get certain amounts of money. And when they reach out to Treasury now, the different things, they're telling you that over a period of time, you would have been overpaid, and in some instance, thousands of dollars has been taken away from you.
If the government can establish you were overpaid, the money is not the government's money. The money belongs to the people of St. Vincent. So if they can establish that you're overpaid and now you're due for pension, they should properly take that money from the pension which are due to you. I don't see any problem. With that.
How could you be overpaid for over 20 years? 13 years?
Well, that's possible. It means that some accounting errors occurred.
So you said that is possible that you could.
The realm of possibilities are infinite.
Okay. Thank you.
4511069. That's the number to call. We've got Council. I see that you're in blue, so I know that I've got you extended today. I don't even have to ask. I can take visual cues.
No, I have court, but the court is close to my house, so I can get there in 5 minutes.
Oh gosh! Someone says one vote. Well, I don't know if this means one vote wins the race, but whether it's a
well, yes, in a competitive parliamentary first past the post system, If 8 ULP candidates next time are one vote in each constituency ahead, they would win the elections again. So if the opposition wants to win, or if any other force that's contending against the ULP wants to win, they have to get at least 8 seats, clearly. But the point I was making is that whereas in the past, ULP was impregnable on the windward side, eastern side of the country, from let's say from West St. George all the way up to North Windward, they can no longer say that. So the calculation has to be different this time going in.
Good morning, you're live on Boom. Last caller for the morning with the council.
Good morning.
Oh, gosh.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Good morning, and good morning, Mario.
Yes, good morning,
sir. If you observe, I've been reading myself from really calling this station a few days ago. But something just told me to call. I know you're talking about other things, so I just want to know how you feel today, not being the speaker, and the event that took place Thursday night in Parliament, in which sign and wonders show itself in that place, where the behavior of the ULP in the House.
What was the sign you're talking about?
Sign?
What's the sign you're talking about? A sign and wonder?
Yeah, a bat getting Parliament and emptied bowel on the speaker.
Well, I can tell you as someone who sat in there for 4 years and 2 months, it was not the first time that a bat entered the Parliament.
But he never assaulted you. It never assaulted you.
Well, don't you think it might be pure chance?
No, I personally believe it was.
You believe it's sign and wonders?
It must not be a test.
Our people are a strange bunch. So suppose it had dropped on the clerk.
It was not. It fulfilled its mission.
Slider.
What you telling me, Mario?
Slider, you can't make everything out of nothing.
Not to get into this conversation.
You can't make everything out of nothing.
I don't hear what you say.
I said you can't make everything out of nothing.
But that is why I'm not making anything out of nothing. I'm speaking reality. 25 of us in a building, and this thing just come and offload on me. And
Slider, I don't know have you ever been in any place where a bird might have excreted on you?
No.
Do you know of anybody whom a bird might have excreted on in your 74 years of life? I think you said that's where you are now.
Well, the only one I've known of is what happened in Parliament Friday.
The only time you know of a bird excreting on somebody is for the first time in your 74 years on Friday?
Of course I have never never witnessed that.
Okay.
I don't know if you have witnessed that before.
More than once.
Well, no, well, that is why I know it's sign and wonders, because this was a precise.
But don't you think so if the bat excreting on the clerk, if that is true, is sign and wonder, what kind of sign and wonder you think it would have been had it excreted on the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
Oh, it was a blessing to you.
Slider, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. You can't make everything out of nothing.
But Mr. Thomas, I say a blessing, you didn't ask me what kind of blessing, you know. Ask me what kind of blessing, you know.
No. I mean, I know you are a religious man, but I don't know of bad blessings.
It would be a blessing, but it could be a bad blessing.
Oh, I have never heard of a bad blessing.
You know, the parents, when they declare certain things on the children, they say, bad blessing. You got good blessing and bad blessing, you know.
Well, Slider, It's the first time I'm hearing of a bad blessing.
But the people calling.
All
Mario,
right.
Oi.
make a time they people calling and ask them if they ever heard about the word bad blessing. When a bat do that by you, man, that a blind creature come directly and upload by you like a front end loader. Thomas.
Thank you, sir.
I can't go with that anymore. I have said to you twice before. I'll say it one more time. You can't make everything out of nothing.
Shark dust to live in Trinidad. You have to learn to laugh. Mario to live in sin this now.
Yeah,
if you laugh, you'll get pressure.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. All right, pal. Take it easy.
Yeah, proper tatao. Yeah.
That's a drop. We gotta get that prakatata. Someone says Jomo of the employees. I'm guessing is if the employees were not aware that his employments were not correctly computed and he accepts payment in good faith, he does not have to repay, provided he is not reasonably in a position to have known. For example, if the employee was an accountant or ought to be familiar with such calculations, and if that means that he's
Well, it doesn't matter. If an error was made by a state official who's paying out money, and then it comes to the attention of the state that you, me, or anyone else was overpaid, then the person has to be paid. I know, again, I'll give another example for when I was speaker. When I was a speaker, it was brought to the attention of the authorities that a few of the parliamentarians had been underpaid. And they did the calculation, and those parliamentarians got the monies, the difference that they were underpaid from. It was not bad because it had gone on for a few years. And it's as if you were saving the money, so you got it all in one lump sum. It was nice. But if in the same way in which they would, in this, and Mario, is interesting for us to take this the way in which this scholars did that, right? Because if you are overpaid, he questioned whether you should have to give it back. But if the same person had been underpaid, would he then say the person should get? And now at retirement, the realization came that that person was underpaid for 20 years. Would he make a similar argument? Well, look, it's 20 years, so the person shouldn't bother with the money. Because we have to look at it both ways. And I think that if the person was underpaid, the person ought to get the money. And if the person was overpaid, the state should get the money back.
The response is if it's underpaid, it's different.
If underpaid is different, how different?
I'm waiting for the response here.
One way or the other, if you are overpaid, it means you got money that you should not have gotten. And if you're underpaid, you are entitled to money that you should receive. And consequently, whoever owes the money should pay you. Conversely, if you collect more money than you should have collected, and the realization is made, then you should be deducted that amount of money for which you were overpaid.
Definitely.
It may appear harsh. Well, I don't even think that is harsh. It may be discomforting to the person who thought they were going to get $100,000 at retirement, only to realize that they were overpaid $99,000 and now they're only entitled to $1,000. But if that's the fact, that's the fact.
Okay, Council, we're bleeding into Mr. Weeks' time, and I have to take a commercial break.
No, I don't want to get into Mr. Weeks' time at all. So now is a good time for me to say until we meet again.
Of course. Take it easy, buddy. I'll see you
all
tomorrow.
Right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Keep it locked on this Boom 1069. We take a short pause and come back with the most loved man in radio, Mr. Weeks, right after this.
Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
To the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasure.
District Stairs is offering an Easter special designed to floor you. 10% off laminate, vinyl, hardwood, tiles, you name it. We've got you covered if you're looking for durability, versatility, and an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. We offer customized services from start to finish. WhatsApp District Stairs at 1289-200-7649 or check out districtstairs.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for special promotions. Free shipping to SVG for April.
Goodness, tamarind flavor, all in one bottle. Enjoy juicy sweet tamarind today. Juicy sparkly joy, available at your favorite supermarket, restaurant, and neighborhood grocery.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces the Lotto app for all Android and iPhones. Your free download available at nlasvg.com. Whether it's home, work, or simply having fun, get our NLA game results at your fingertips. View all draws of the National Lotteries Authority on your handset or tablet with the user-friendly Lotto app. Download today at nlasvg.com. The Lotto app. Style, confidence, agility, elegance, pride. This is what it means to be a Vinci Heat player. The SVG Football Federation is pleased to announce that the official Vinci Heat replica is now on sale for only $90. Available in blue, yellow, and green. These authentic Vinci Heat replicas can be dressed up or down for any occasion. Unisex shirts are available in a range of sizes: adult small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Sizes available for the entire family. So kids, don't you worry, we've got you covered. Get your Vinci Heat replicas now for only $90 at convenient locations. The SVG Football Federation office in Kingstown, Sports Locker Plus at Stony Ground, the SVG Tourism Association at the Cruise Ship Terminal, Links at the E.T. Joshua Center, and Giggles at the Argyle International Airport.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrosint@fintosurf.com.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action move, hey, you don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 1069.
Good production.
Yes, Jack.
Stronger, we stronger. Hey, anthem. Never you give up in a life. Never you give up in a life. Give up on people. That's a choice, but never you give up in a life. Yeah, hear me? Never you give up in a life. Never you give up in a life. God people, shine a light and never you give up in a life. You get the chance to live past one day. All you try for your goal with the body on the road. We not get a win, no but a goal. Every man a actor and them a play a shot a role. No make them kill you and take you out of the game. Let them fight back. Me never seen no man a step on water yet. None none of my friends to resurrect from the iceberg. When them say real, just know that everybody. Them power enemies and them are friends for the. Not if no work for themselves, but the 10 for me. Mama send up the prayer them for me.
When man no used to love us, so them act up. Them no used to love us, so them act up. Yeah. You're good, hey, tell me if me ever style you, yeah. When me ever lie to you, what's the right when you ever gonna count for me? Look for me, tell the truth. You know me never style you, yeah. When me ever lie to you, there's never a day when you ever gonna count for me. You know me, I tell the truth.
You make your friend tell you send me a gal. Hey, one them a gal, say don't call up me name. Me leave a cup on the lane, much as you see a big girl. She want to portray. Remember one time she tell you some so she you're good enough. When you back it up, spread it out, turn around. I know that alone me love the round you like a roundabout. See your future with me, I'm a trophy. If you get
y'all know
me,
y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to touch base now with Mr. Weeks. Let's see if we can do this. Give me the intro, son.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
All right. We gotta let you know what's going on in NYC, Brooklyn. Get ready for the soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Get appetizers like pulled chicken sliders, mozzarella sticks, even guacamole and plantain chips, or feast on the All-American burger, chicken, rice, and peas, or Caribbean skirt steak. Friday, May 20th, it's a soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Let's see if Mr. Weeks is on the line. I keep missing that. All right, while we wait for Mr. Weeks, let me jump into some of the comments here. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Good morning.
Hey, Mr. Weeks, good morning. Trying to get myself some tea and all kinds of stuff at the same time here, so. Trying to multitask. But you know what they say, multitasking is just a myth, huh? Because you still lose focus.
Shady, good morning, sir.
Morning, Mr. Week.
You had a great weekend.
Yeah, I did.
Mary, I hope Danielle had such a rollicking time celebrating motherhood yesterday, so she can't wake up.
That's what I think, huh? That's what I think. Okay. So I couldn't get angry with her because it's one day she gets to blow off a lot of steam. So yeah, do your thing.
I hope all our mothers, especially those who are listening, were celebrated on that one day that they set aside specifically to do that.
Right.
Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day yesterday.
All right, Mr. Weeks, did you have a topic that you wanted to come in with this morning, or were you planning to join the discussion on the vaccine mandate comment?
Well, I really don't want to get too involved in the vaccine discussion, especially as it relates to the matter that's before the court. Sometimes I rather to leave the persons who are involved to present their argument and the courts to rule, and we can discuss it afterwards.
All right.
But there are a few observations I can make, though. You see, when you come and present an argument on the basis of science, the first thing that you have to do is to understand the science. Last week I heard Dr. Richards indicating that at some point he wants to speak about the components of communication, presenting an argument. And I think he specifically referred to the ethos, the pathos, and the logos in presenting an argument. And those are basically terms that came from a long time ago to talk about the ethos, the facts. Are you hearing me, Mario?
I am.
Okay. Ethos are just the facts that you use to in making your case. The logos is the logic and so forth. I leave that to Dr. Richards, except to say that if you're going to make an argument on science, that you have to understand the science. And you can't talk about vaccine efficacy waning if you don't understand what, and you're not making an effort to understand what vaccine efficacy is. Vaccine efficacy is computed using a particular process, and it is done before the vaccine is rolled out in that particular group in which you want to roll out the vaccines. You can't compute vaccine efficacy after you have administered vaccine here, there, and everywhere. I don't understand that. And then you come and talk about equal chance, as though you don't know chance in science is something that is computed, and you assigned a particular value, which is between 0 and 1. So these are things that when you're speaking in, because if you don't, you may convince those who are unaware of these matters. But if you have somebody who is responding to you in the courts, and I'm not talking about the court of legal opinion, and the person is aware of these matters, and it makes you look foolish. But I really don't want to get into the details of vaccine and vaccine mandate and so forth. I think we have had sufficient time, sufficient discussion on these matters for persons to be aware of what they ought to do and to be able to make up their minds whether or not they're going to be vaccinated or not vaccinated.
All right.
Just to say that the COVID is wreaking havoc in countries right around us. In Barbados, you still have ever so often 2 persons dying on a day. You still have 300, 400, 500 persons testing positive for the coronavirus on a daily basis. And the numbers are spiking up just as much in Grenada. I don't know what we're doing to keep our numbers that low. I don't understand why in any given day we're only doing 16 and 20 tests. As a matter of fact, that is what is reported. I suspect more than that is done privately and not reported, because as you know, Mara, the home test is available now. So when persons see any indication that they may have COVID, they can easily go and spend $30, $40 and buy the kit and conduct their own test. But but given all of that, I still don't understand why, with what's happening in Barbados and Grenada and the other islands, why we only need to conduct 16 tests on a 20 test and so forth, sometimes even far less than that on a daily basis. The good thing is that you don't have many persons being hospitalized. I think the last number is 2. I wish those persons all the best. I hope they, with the assistance of the authorities at the hospital, that they can recover soon and recover well. So that's the extent on which I want to comment on the vaccine issues, the COVID issues this morning, Mario.
All right. Okay.
If you don't have any question or comment that I can respond to in that regard, I want to shift a little bit to talk about entrepreneurship. and particularly as it relates to national development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. First of all, what is entrepreneurship? It's basically one of those terms developed in the social sciences to have a specific meaning. And very often it is misunderstood, misused, and done so by persons who should know. Entrepreneurship is, as far as I remember, simply the person who takes the risk in an investment. It's simply that, the person who takes the risk. So the person who puts in the money or the time, the effort, and runs the risk of losing all of that money, all of that time, all of that effort.
And they've done so that they can get some profit on the it's done so for profit, right? So it's
well, not always, but people invest for different reasons.
Right.
That's one of the tricky questions that is asked when you're doing an econ exam, especially at the very basic level. What is the motive for investment? Not everybody invests for profit, or profit may not always be the main reason for investing. Persons invest for various reasons. I don't want to get into that, but those persons who have read basic economics would understand what we are talking about today. But I am commenting on entrepreneurship as it relates to vending in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Mario, I am someone who participated in vending as a child. I still have persons who are very close to me who on a daily basis participate in vending. So I understand all the issues relating to vending. But I also understand that there was a time when we ran around freely and we lived as individuals or individual families, and that evolved over time when we are organized in societies, and in society, for society to continue to exist, there must be some order. In several places, there's the opportunity that is created for persons to make money by vending. And usually this is where there's a stream of pedestrian traffic. So you have a supermarket that is well patronized, and it is attractive for a vendor to set up an operation just outside that supermarket. You have a situation, for example, that strip leading towards the Annisville playing field, where persons saw an opportunity and they got into vending there. Some of them report that they've been there for 20 years and they have grown. But sometimes the person who are supporting vending without any other concern other than these persons are poor and they're trying to make a living. Sometimes I wonder if they experience what the pedestrian traffic has to go through in some of these areas. For example, in that area in the supermarket, around the supermarket in Annisville. Mary, I don't know if you use that area. I happen to be there every now and then and to witness what females in particular, but more generally, persons who are walking there, what they have to go through. Persons who are following them aggressively pursuing them, trying to get them to buy their goods. And I know, because I have had discussions with persons who experience that, and sometimes they become even fearful. If you sit outside of that area, or if you stand outside of that area, the kind of conversation that takes place there, it is amazing, to say the least. The persons who speak to me all the time about my safety, so I will just leave it like that. I won't go into any details, but it is something that the authorities must pay attention to. And therefore, those of us who support vending, and note, Mary, I have not spoke about the site that is created in the general area there, from the stalls that are erected and so forth. We haven't spoken about that.
But Mr. Weeks, you make it sound like all the vendors is Badman.
Did you say something?
I said you made it sound as though all the vendors are Badman.
No, I didn't say that, but there are definitely some that are. And if you stay there long enough, Mary, you would realize that there's some. I don't think they're really bad man. They pretend to be, because real bad men don't behave in that way and threaten or appear to be threatening the weak. Police do that. All right.
Okay.
But I want to come to the other side that I mentioned.
Yeah.
And to the entrepreneurial value that has been created there. More than a couple. Sometime in the recent past, I heard a discussion taking place with one of the persons, a female who was removed from that area. And she chronicled her development, her start, the setbacks, and where she is now. As a matter of fact, she and her family. And it is an experience that is worth documenting, because this is an individual who started with literally nothing and has created something for her and her family. And I'm talking about more than one generation, because I heard her refer to grandchildren to make them comfortable now. And for good or bad reasons, the authorities needed to remove them. But I believe that those persons in the system who are promoting entrepreneurial development, for example, the Center for Enterprise Development, this is somebody who has a tremendous amount of experience, somebody who is a real entrepreneur, who I believe that an authority like the CED should have gotten involved with and provided support and direction for those persons, and that one in particular, to continue her activities, albeit elsewhere. It is good for us to go to school and learn many things and come back and attempt to teach it. But very often, it is better when we can match that theoretical academic learning with practical experience, and to demonstrate how things work. I believe for them to leave that, to simply compensate that woman and leave her on her own to struggle, it's a mistake. I don't know. I haven't heard. I don't know what has taken place since I heard that conversation. But if nothing has taken place, I believe that an entity such as the CED should get involved with that person and ensure that her experiences are documented and that she is given every support for her and her family to continue to grow. So on the one hand, Mario, those that bring disorder and confusion, I believe steps ought to be taken to correct it. And to get them moving in the right direction. As I often say, society, for it to continue, must have some order, must have rules, and they ought to be followed. So on that, on one hand, I want the corrective. I would like corrective to take place there. And on the other hand, this particular woman that I don't even know, I just heard her in an interview, and I believe it is an experience that is to be captured for other persons to know about, and for those with the wherewithal, the academic training and so forth, and with some money from time to time to support this woman and the others who had to be removed and who have similar skills and similar competences. And that is the thing that helps small societies like ours to grow. That's my contribution this morning, Mario.
Well, Mr. Weeks, there is no doubt that cottage industries make a society a whole lot stronger because it encourages local spending. It encourages that entrepreneurial spirit. But also in the vein of nation building and promoting that entrepreneurial spirit, wasn't there a bunch of initiatives? I think it was the Prime grants and stuff like that. And I know in particular one person in Glen. The same way that you said that you overheard somebody speaking about the vendor scenario, somebody speaking about the fact that that this structure was built and promised to folks that are doing hairdressing and stuff like that out in Glen, and folks are still waiting on it to be either given out to the people that it was promised to, or and they've been hearing that it's still trying to be finished. By way of fixtures and stuff like that. So how does that augur for the development when you're trying to get the resources? Now, I'm not saying that anything isn't that things aren't being done on a governmental level, but when there's something like this being advertised and given out, and then it reaches a stalemate like this, how does the entrepreneurial spirit get affected?
Well, I don't have much information on that, Mary. I don't know the state. I knew information was put into the public that this facility in Glen would be constructed. I don't know where they are. I don't know what's the procedure for selecting those who will occupy the facility. I have absolutely no information in that regard. So it will be difficult for me to comment on it. Except to say, if this is what you're saying, that every effort should be done, should be used to ensure that it is completed as soon as possible, and those who can use it to make a living, especially these persons will be doing it in an organized fashion, in an area that is pleasing to the eyes and so forth, and clean and so forth. Yes, if that's what you're saying, I agree with you that every effort should be done. There should be made. To ensure that persons can occupy and use this facility as soon as possible. The same thing can be said for the vending areas that were created in Kingston.
Right. All right, Mr. Weeks, we got to do a quick top of the hour and come back on the other side.
Yes,
Try to get some comments from Facebook, and if there's anything else that you need to speak on, let's definitely do that. All right, keep it locked on. It's Boom 1069. Take a top and come back with more OMG and Mr. Weeks.
Serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Danielle, and DJ Shady.
Oh yeah, madness, 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 madness. Oh yeah. Jenna, 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 mad. Jenna, 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 Jenna. I got the place govern, I got the place govern. Do what you want, do what you want. I got the place govern, I got the place govern. Do what you want. Do what you want. I got the place govern. I got the place govern. Do what you want. Do what you want. I got the place govern. I got the place govern. Do what you want. Do what you want. Say none of them can hold I down. They try fight I down. They want to take my song. Boy, when them ready to me, tell them come. Now you can have back down. I will defend my ground. Boy, if them say mash up the place, now we don't start. If them say we down the gate, now we don't start. If them say get in a band, no, we don't start. And every woman to a man, no, we don't start. Boy, I got the place govern. I got the place govern. Do what you want. Do what you want. I got the place govern. I got the place govern. Do what you want. Do what you want.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
And that's the man that governed the whole place this weekend, huh? Well, anyway, this song played govern. Anyways, I'm not getting into no singing, huh? Because we have Mr. Weeks on the line. So we got to let you know about Max Pizza and Kitchen in Beckway. They govern the pizza delivery from Beckway to the island. I'm telling you that. Please, you order by 10 p.m. Thursday. Call WhatsApp. I'm not giving the WhatsApp number because Shady said I'll get Chris up. Call the restaurant 458-3474. All orders delivered by a Max rep the following Friday at the Wharf for 5:30 p.m. upon the arrival of the Beckway Express. Check out Plug and Current and a whole lot more on IKTV channel 112. All about you and some specials for Carnival. All right, trust me. Let's go back to Mr. Weeks here on the nation's #1 trending. All right, sir, we're back in your ears. All right, Mr. Weeks. I've seen somebody here on Facebook saying sham with that money thing. I don't know.
Just before you continue, Mary, if I may, please,
Yes.
I think we should make the important distinction between Prime
Mhm.
and the lady that
And the vendor. Yes, yeah.
Well, that particular one, she has gone way beyond where Prime is today. Prime is mainly for those who are starting up,
Right.
and they support who are in business ready to do their business better. But this is a person with 20, maybe over 20 years of experience. And from her reports, seem to be doing relatively well. So what I'm asking for is that she has experience that can be used even to assist those who Prime is now trying to establish. And therefore, consideration must be given in that regard. So there's an important distinction here that I think should be made.
What steps can or should be put in place or could be put in place to get her the help needed?
I believe there's institutional arrangement for her to get that help. That's the point you're making. There's a government-owned company. I think it's it's established as a company, or at least a statutory body, that is called the Center for Enterprise Development. That their role, as the name suggests, is to develop enterprise in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They had a role in the Prime program to assist in the development of proposals and so forth, because that's their competence. So I'm saying that they would have the wherewithal to direct pursues what approvals they need and where to get the approvals and so forth.
Yeah, whatever criteria is needed, etc., etc.
Right. And not just for the business and for getting loans. For example, in getting a site to locate your business, they will have, if they don't have, they should have the network, or they can make the network in getting these things resolved, and so should be able to direct this individual as to, based on where you are, these are some of the things that you can do.
Even partnering with like the Chamber of Commerce to recommend internships or recommend or recommend placements to businesses that have a deficit with that kind of skill set.
I believe that this woman can find a place. They can find a place somewhere where she can be relocated. And having all that experience, I believe that every effort should be made to relocate her and relocate her properly. I mean, the compensation is one thing, and that is important. I don't think that is sufficient in this case.
Especially when it's someone trying to fend for their family, etc.
And from her report, it seemed to have been doing that.
Right. Interesting. I can see and empathize with what you're saying. And and I agree. If there's help that can be doled out, that it should be.
I'm emphasizing, Mario, sorry for interrupting. The help doesn't necessarily have to come with money. It doesn't have to be cash. It's just advice and guidance and support as to which are the doors you need to open.
Just trying to go through some of the comments here on Facebook. Everything is still kind of related to Prime, so we don't want to make that. We want to make that distinction that this is not about Prime. All right, Mr. Weeks, is there anything else that you wanted to discuss rather than that individual?
Well, that's my contribution for today. I just want to thank you for having me once again.
All right.
And hopefully we can speak some other time soon.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Mr. Weeks. Look forward to touching base with you tomorrow. Same time.
We'll see about that. You have a good day.
All right, Mr. Weeks. Thank you. All right. There it is. Most loved man on radio, Mr. Weeks. Thank you so much for your contribution. We take a quick commercial pause and come back on the number one trending boom. OMG in the morning.
No matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosynth General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosynth General Insurance Company. Call us today at 784-456-1821 or email us at metrosynth@fintosurf.com.
The National Lotteries Authority introduces the Lotto app for all Android and iPhones. Your free download available at nlasvg.com. Whether it's home, work, or simply having fun, get all NLA game results at your fingertips. View all draws of the National Lotteries Authority on your handset or tablet with the user-friendly Lotto app. Download today at nlasvg.com. The Lotto app.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You see the signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect, say. Among friends and families, a message.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Need furniture to rest, appliances to fuel up, and even laptops and phones to stay connected. Save on these items and more. Shop today with no cash. Pay nothing for 60 days. Find everything you need for your supermom. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Offer ends 31st of May. Conditions apply.
Higher education is a must for your future. UWI Open Campus is in touch. No more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UWI Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and District Stairs is offering an Easter special designed to floor you. 10% off laminate, vinyl, hardwood, tiles, you name it. We've got you covered if you're looking for durability, versatility, and an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. We offer customized services from start to finish. WhatsApp District Stairs at 1289-200-7649 or check out districtstairs.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for special promotions. Free shipping to SVG for April.
No other at Sokomanon. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take the ice of it.
Singleness again, when I put my friends, go party and never stop till the end of morning again.
1069. Come on! SVG's number one.
Degree, these fools, they're not street smart, and they can't give me no street talk. They know they just some little sweet talk. They run when something beats off.
Well, some boy out a road, them no street smart. When lightning clap, them a weak heart. When mercy much, we got do it fast. Step to we couple of the beat off. Woman alone, we call we sweetheart. Sexy girl make me heart beat fast. Them boy they can't walk when we walk. Them have no sense, them no street smart. Can't step to the gorilla. Me no know how I do some punchinella. Where them a do behave like Cinderella. Them a what? Some little chink on the cellar. Alright, a gal alone a sample me ice cream vanilla. Okay. Me no inna the chatting like storyteller. And when place he get shella, me a the shella. Me alone in the street a bust the skella cause. Some boy out a road them no street smart. When lightning clap them a weak heart. When mercy mush we got weak heart. Step to we couple of it. Okay. Woman alone we call we sweetheart. Sexy girl make me heart beat fast. Them boy they can't walk where we walk. Them have no sense, them no straight.
We get girls everywhere we go. Them fi know we a boy we star we show. We no double blank, we no post like Domino. We get the girls them everywhere we go. From Jamaica to Mexico, like Twitter, like IG, we them a follow. Cause we touch up them keep and them piano. We get the girls them everywhere we go. Man a champion, girls them a Badman for hang pan. For knock up them face and them bad pan. Stand up in the furlong, run them marathon for long. Give them the dang dang. In the mansion, blaze up them lantern. These are the ram jam. Girl be the bang bang. Sweet her so much she bust. Be a rapper pam pam. Ship girl like car from Barbados to Anganka. We get girls everywhere we go. Them fi know we a boy we star we show. We no double blank, we no post like Domino. We get the girls them everywhere we go. From Jamaica to Mexico, like Twitter, like IG, we them a follow. Cause we touch up them keep and them piano. We get the girls them everywhere we go.
Now worry when your man they road. You're not got on your phone. As I see it touch 7 o'clock, I'm that I come home because tell you about the good. Make your man have to come back. Him say you angry the way how you should. Now we want to seal up the contract. When you remember how you angry good, you reach up, we have to turn back. Because you have about the good. Yeah, you have the most of the come back. Yes, I him say no time out. Say are you him can't do it all. Every minute him them on your road. On the straight round the roundabout. All the style when you in the coach. 1 foot on north and 1 down the south. You have the big man a ball out. I feel your name in my call out. Bad gal around fi go all out. The little freak inna you go crawl out. You hypnotize him without a doubt. No him go on the phone that
yeah, me love the gal them when them fat up and cock up. Sit down on the seat, you feel bubble gal cock up. Gal when you wine feel me head get hot up when you bubble place smash up when you back up and cock up. Hey, with your foot inna the ear and cock up. Upside down head inna the chair and cock up. Hey, look on that big bumper there, gal come over here, we have something for you. Alright, all them a chat them can't stop you. Gal you just a bubble, you no stiff like statue. Alright, them need to learn when them a watch you. People mesmerize, yeah, you walk like a pato. Alright, and no fan out them want fi knock you. Gal you shape good, pretty looks you want fi back you. Some controlling in the house them want fi lock you. Be a mouth attack you, them a walk and a talk and a say oh you cock up. Yeah, me love the gal them when them fat up and cock up. Sit down on the seat, you fi bubble gal cock up. Gal when you wine fi me head get hot up when you bubble place smash up when you back up and cock up. With your foot in the ear and cock up. Upside down, head in the chair and cock up. Hey, look on that big bumper there, gal come over here, we have something for you. Alright, gal.
Bull 1069. Come on. SVG's number one.
Feel like Lion King when I walk in there. Looks like 4511069. That's the number to call if you want to be on air. 4551069. That is the WhatsApp number. WhatsApp. And there are a couple voice notes. No cursing, please. There's a voice note I gotta play here.
Morning, guys. Morning, Seven Sonny Grandins. Morning, Jomo. I could remember one of the arguments put forth by the professors on radio is that we don't want the students, the children, to take home the virus to the granny and the uncle and the papi and such like. That's why the teachers had to be vaccinated. But who is protecting the teachers? If the students are going into the schools without being vaccinated, who are protecting the teachers? Remember, they can carry it to the granny and the what have you home. Can't they carry it to the teachers? So it is my contention. If you have a vaccine mandate for the teachers, you need one for the student because they too can carry it home to granny and papi and this. I heard it on the radio by some of our so-called professional doctors, members who are championing the cause for this vaccine mandate. I heard it on your radio station. So can't the students carry it to the teachers? Who are protecting the teachers? That's my question.
Oh gosh. I'd have loved Jomo to be here. To hear that as well too. That's a good one. That's a good one. Fuzzy says, tell Jomo 100 of million took the vaccine. Most of them are fit and well with no issues. That's what I was asking about the comparison between those that took it with no adverse effects and those that did and got some adverse effect. George Ballantyne, good morning to you, saying big respect to Joshua. Hi Josh, buenos dias. Someone says good point. Caller 4511069 4551069. That's the number to call. Someone accuses me of what? Cognitive dissonance. I'm not flip flopping. I'm not flip flopping here at all. I'm just wondering when it comes to the mandate. I mean, yeah, I'm a pro-vaxxer, you know, but how can you mandate a vaccine when everybody else outside just partying? Good morning, you're live on Boom.
You want to know how I could
Oh
mandate it?
gosh, look thing.
Fight. Fight.
Huh?
Fight.
Fight.
Very spiteful.
Spite?
That's what I could yeah, out of spite, yeah. Spite. Spite and evil. That is how I could mandate it. Good morning to you, my dear friend Mario and Shady. You know what I mean? That is how some with a mind with a mind full of hatred and spite could mandate. I think me at this time when the whole country those same teachers are going out and mingling up. Most of them I should think I think all of them will go on. You know, all those big steps mingle up or wherever among the unvaccinated. You see what I mean? So you tell me if it will be anything else but spite. And the next thing again, I put up, well, as a matter of fact, I made a comment. I have seen where the weed growers, and I don't really want to speak for them or defend them because hardly any of them came out and speak on my behalf when the wickedness was done to me and my business. But I can't, but because I'm one of those persons who believe in fairness and justice, I will speak out for them. You can't tell me that all the years these guys was going around and selling recreational marijuana. This Rasta lawyer, he used to be a Kong for a time, William, said big, there's no medical marijuana. There's not known as medical marijuana. Marijuana is marijuana. And people have been using it for recreational purpose for all the years. And when they want to take it away from the ordinary, from the regular, everyday seller of marijuana, they add the word medical to it and take it and say, get a license. But they are nothing but mere pushers of marijuana. That is what was open on the weekend gone there. It's a push marijuana, it's a push sale of marijuana and take it out of the hand. At the ordinary Vincent and people who was doing it for a livelihood. And what all of them strong and what they have lost their whole livelihood and none of them saying anything. I can't say anything. I can't do anything about it. But that is how we want it in this country. That you must be taken advantage of and we must not say nothing. But I big will continue to speak out against these evils and these evils that is done to us. And I think it is wicked. Because because here man getting $15 and $200 and all, and getting me split of marijuana for $200 and something else. A split of marijuana for $15 and something else that could cost as high as $200.
But Bigger Bigs, that's a very controlled environment. Are you saying that every pusher out there would have what it takes to have a controlled product out there all the time for folks to go and partake in?
But the matter will tell you, poor people can't buy that, and what will happen now is that they will continue to jail people. They will continue to jail people for it. They will continue to jail people for it. Because those who can't buy it, who can't buy the $15 a split, will have to now still continue to juggle and get jail. When they try to buy $2 split one or things like that. You see what I mean? These things could never be right in this country. So now when people want me big to shut up, never happen, Mario. They could do what they want to do me. I can't shut up for these kind of evil. These guys develop an industry all the years and now they lost it. They lost it because of evil. Just like with the mandate. Just like what the mandate is evil and spiteful, just for this whole issue of the ganja. So spiteful and evil. And I will never stop you.
Right.
Okay, my brother?
All right, buddy.
My brother.
You as well. Always passionate, Bigger Bigs on the inside. Say he's a warrior for fairness. That's all he's talking about right now. Fairness. Nothing weighing one side or the next. Just fairness. As someone that's advocating, the use and the recreational participation. I don't see nothing wrong with a little cannabis coffee. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Young man, I call
Oh
back.
gosh. Hey.
How you always be so frightened?
Tell me, because I can't decode all them parables.
Now I want to speak something
Tell me.
concerning the marijuana here.
Mm.
I could remember a doctor went to Jamaica, and the Jamaican was saying that how their marijuana is the strongest in milligrams. And when he asked how much their marijuana milligrams, they say 9. How is the best 9? And then he told them no. If that is the highest in your volume, it's 9. St. Vincent does produce marijuana, which is 17 milligrams. They say, wow. And like if they're gone crazy, tell me where they sing this. He's saying St. Vincent. It was not long after a Jamaica come down here. He was a cook and he came down professing that he was such and such in marijuana and he wanted to open the first industry down here. So St. Vincent local marijuana used to be the highest in volume, and I ain't talking about volume like in tonnage. I'm talking in volume in strength. And that is why people used to rush with throughout the Caribbean, and many people in St. Vincent risked their life, lost their life to carry it elsewhere. Now I am hearing that some foreign entity coming to open up shop in St. Vincent, and their marijuana might be about 100 US for one.
Huh?
But it's a different seed species than what the locals have. It leads me to wonder if that in which they come in here to exhibit, what makes that day so different that it's $200 or $100 for one split, and the local will be maybe 10 or 5 or so, which before used to be the highest volume and grade. Is it that what those people is going to bring for the $100+ and so on? I wonder if it mixed with psychedelic stuff. Mario?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Well, you ask me, Mario, like if I did. I don't know.
You don't know that is how intention does read. If we had the best thing, and you was bringing something else at a higher price, it means something. I don't know if they get that plant of the moon, or my suggestion, it could be a graph with psychedelic stuff.
Oh boy.
And when it comes to psychedelic stuff, Vincentians gotta be on the alert. A mad scientist, some scientists in England, they clone sheep, then they clone cattle. And I want to say, and I will look for the scripture to show you in Jeremiah. God said man does things which never entered into his mind, I wonder if you understand that. God said man does things which he enter into his God mind. And in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and I think it was 29, the last chapter. God said, I have made man upright, but man have turned to his own invention. I want to get man today, and it was stated some few months ago, a scientist in China take embryos or whatever it is, or particles from something, and claim that he made to people,
Oh gosh.
I wonder if you understand that.
Yeah.
Money is madness. Will try to do anything And I'm sorry because I had time. Because I'm suggesting that man will try to make over human being, you know. And you could find by trying to make over human being. Man could the place where the ears there, you know. Man could take out man and put the eye over the ears. Was located, you know.
Hey, Slider.
So you're not seeing where the eye, you're seeing where your ears now.
Oh gosh. Slider, you have a good day, sir. I didn't want to think about the ramifications of what you're saying there. I got
because you're coward, man. You're coward.
I'm coward. No, a sensible.
You would good in science. Science is an experimental and
man, nobody am putting no optic nerve by your ears to look. Slider, let me take my commercials and get ready for Dr. Richards, huh? Because I'm trying to give him some more time today.
It is quite possible. They go,
you keep calling me, they go.
Man will, they go. Shady. Man will try to remake man. And you better believe that. It have a fellow, I think was crazy, sing a song in times to come. You ever heard that song?
No.
Look for it, man. In times to come, what man will do on that? And he rightly said that America would have get a black president. It don't happen.
All right, Slider. All right.
Exactly so. This marijuana stuff had to be something graph in that.
Something graph in that is like mango. All right.
Okay.
I take it easy. Slider is something else, you know. You can always graph things. Okay, one more because somebody says Slider take up all the time. Call back 4511069. Somebody's trying to call from the 202. That's where's 202? 202? Yeah, the 202, buddy. Give us a holler, 4511069 before I take this commercial break because I want to come in early with Dr. Richards so Dr. Richards has time to unpack his thoughts. Your life on boom.
Money, real quick, I just want to touch on the marijuana thing, yo.
Yeah.
It's a bittersweet thing for me. It's a good look for St. Vincent, right? Because I share it on my Facebook platform and all my friends and them in Washington, DC, who love weed, gravitate towards that. Like, yo, I need to go to St. Vincent because I'm actually planning a trip with like 40 a week, planning a trip to come down there.
Yeah.
Before the year end. And the highlight of the topic yesterday, take over the Mother's Day talk yesterday. Everybody welcome St. Vincent who smoke a spliff now. It's a good look for St. Vincent.
Yeah, but I don't think there's no $15 a spliff there. Is there? It's $15 a spliff there?
Man, America, it's 20 US for a spliff.
Man, I don't pay no 20 US for a spliff. What you?
Big man, up pay 20 US for one spliff up here and one spliff up here could make one spliff in Vincent could make 3 spliff up here. So basically $60 US. For $2 spliff in St. Vincent. So it's a good look for St. Vincent as far as bringing in foreign money. But remember when they did bring forth the medical marijuana thing, they were talking about exporting marijuana. Everybody's speaking about export. But now exporting marijuana on a global front, we can't keep up because they have greenhouses in America, in Arizona, start-up Frenches and end on hospital corner. That's how long they be. So when they have, and that is just one of thousands in America. So for to say we're going to compete on a global market, I know that was foolishness, and I still remain the fact that it's foolishness. Now, not saying investors in them is knocking food out of intention more because of investor invest money and investor want return on his investment. But now if people powers to be the government, i.e. the government, care about the people. And the equipment are expensive. The money that we save from Petrocarib, instead of borrowing it to buy boat to supply rain for it, we're gonna borrow some more money and give these traditional farmers an interest-free loan to buy the same equipment so Vincent and could invest in themselves. Not giving them nothing for free, you're giving them an interest-free loan or a low-interest loan or a soft loan like we talk about for Argyle Airport. So that they could invest in themselves and basically have the money recirculate in St. Vincent and Canary. That's basically all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good look for St. Vincent, but it's a slap in the poor man in them face. And somebody mentioned to me now why these traditional ganja farmers them couldn't come together and invest in themselves. Instead of buying 4 or 5 cars, instead of buying 15,000 chain for the neck, instead of buying $1,200 Jordan, put the money down and we invest in ourselves. So it's always three story, your side, my side, and the truth. So that's just something for us to really open our eyes and say, instead of bad spend our money, and there is a black problem to it. Black people love to bad spend money and don't invest in ourselves. We have this thing called gentrification up in Washington, D.C. We have lots of people talking about white people coming in our neighborhood and buying up the neighborhood, and now we don't know how to live. But at one point in time, we own these same neighborhoods and we refinance the house to buy a Mercedes,
to
Benz,
buy a
and can't pay
Lexus
back
and
the
thing.
refinance money. You know what I'm saying? So, but it all goes back to educating our people, educating ourselves. We're talking about education revolution. Do we have any curriculum in any secondary school to teach children how to become entrepreneurs and invest within ourselves to get a profit and our return? They could invest in something and never get no return. Water in a basket. So big up yourself, and you have other people who come on and don't want to take over the whole show. Big up Spider to one time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's how it is. Keep it locked on. Boom 106.9. We got Dr. Richards coming up after this quick commercial. Well, it's not really a quick break. You have some time to go and pee and come back, and just leave your radio on so you can hear the ads. We come back right after this.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority is working with our registered tourism service providers to remain resilient and ready to serve and
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Ready cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash, ready when you are.
The small things in life are actually the big things that matter most. Things like climbing with your friends, staying out till sun is setting, and my personal favorite, in a bed. So when I grab an ice...
District Stairs is offering an Easter special designed to floor you. 10% off laminate, vinyl, hardwood, tiles, you name it. We've got you covered if you're looking for durability, versatility, and an array of colors, shapes, and sizes. We offer customized services from start to finish. WhatsApp District Stairs at 1289-200-7649 or check out districtstairs.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for special promotions. Free shipping to SVG for April. At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on...
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
SVG.com. We'll also ask.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience, with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
You don't know I had the maddest thing, you know. Me like, oh, mashing up the place, you know, me boy. Come on, man.
Home 1069.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey. As I proceed to the dance floor, yes indeed, thank Jah for this day, 'cause I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away.
Friday night just came off work, it's the weekend, and I'm about to flirt. Iron my pants, about to pull on my shirt, because tonight I'm gonna go berserk. I'm clubbing tonight, call a cab 'cause I'm drinking, that's right. Mr. DJ, play my song, I wanna party, just wanna party. So weekdays are the worst for me, chilling all day, that's how it should be. Let's work more fun, I agree. Whoa. Well, that's a nice, this party can't done. Me and my friends just come to have fun. Party hard until I see the sun. Whoa. I'm like, it's the weekend. What a feeling.
Na 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 na. As I proceed to the dance floor, yes indeed, thank Jah for this day, 'cause I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away.
Everybody have a girl in all the dance. It's the weekend, so everybody got a phone. We come for vibes of the party. We come for nights of the party. All the liquor them sell off. We junk and we are love. They got them and them burning up just like a pepper sauce. We are nights of the party. We come for vibes of the party. I'm like, it's the weekend. What a feeling.
Na 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 na. As I proceed to the dance floor, yes indeed, thank Jah for this day, 'cause I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away, away, oh yeah, I'ma dance my stress away.
Hey DJ, can you play that song? Set the mood for me to all a different energy. I'm loving how the music sounds. You see the woman, them we are breathe. Hey, chimney, give me a little one drop. Make the bass line roll and catch. I'm in love how the rhythm just a tap. Me, I'm a woman, I rock. Give me a little one drop. Make the bass line roll and catch. I make we couple up and while I ride non-stop.
The evolution of radio. Home 1069.
All right, I'm just seeing a note here from the good doctor. He may be able to call in, getting some problems. So, yeah, we might have to get Dr. Richards on the line rather than on the, excuse me, on the feed. But that's all right. We can always accommodate the doc. People want to hear what's going on, all right? I got to say big respect to the Brooklyn, New York crew, Brooklyn, NYC. Get ready for the soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Ave, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Check them out for appetizers like you can't believe. They've also got a lot of main courses and drinks for you as well. Check them out for appetizers like pulled chicken sliders, mott sticks, and more. Chicken, rice, and peas you can feast on, or the Caribbean skirt steak. Friday, May 20th, the soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Ave, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Let's see if we can connect with the doc right about now.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
All right, Doc, hopefully you are listening, and you can connect with us 4511069. Yeah. making way. Keep the phone lines open as we wait for Dr. Richards to call in. All right, let's jump to the phone lines right about now. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mario.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Happy Monday to you.
Yes, same to you, to Shady, to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Golly, you know, I actually thought, I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of mental exercises. You know, having not dialed this number for a couple of days, it's like, what on earth is this number? Golly, you know, you do things by rote and then, you know, just
exactly.
automatic. You get automatic.
Autopilot, that definitely happens.
Danielle, I don't know if she's listening, but it looks like she must have had a really good Mother's Day weekend. She's Miss Reliable, you know. So when you see she doesn't show up, it's like, wow. So I trust it's for a good cause.
Right.
That you had an excellent Mother's Day weekend and just need one extra day to get it together.
We could afford her that.
Yeah, but I trust that generally that everybody is doing relatively okay. You know, you got to roll with the punches. Life is not a perfect thing, so there's always something going on. I saw a lot over the weekend. You know, if you want to make an issue out of anything, Mario, guess what? You can. Honestly, I've come to realize that. I think one of my sermons I preach this, that there's some people who are absolutely gifted at finding the problem in the world of good. So it's not, and again, this is the state of our world. I mean, I don't know if people don't get it. The world was plunged into chaos ever since the fall of man, and chaos. And I've told some people this. What we are trying to do is to continually establish order, eke out order in the midst of chaos. And chaos is a very powerful and relentless and unrelenting reality. Whether it is in your life, in your health, even in something as simple as gardening, you could just weed your garden today and go back 2 days later. I mean, you've put order in place. It's beautiful. You go back, it's a mess. Chaos always encroaches. Somebody probably know where I'm going with this already. You're smiling. Chaos always encroaches in our social structure and social organism. You put as much order as you want, and chaos creeps in. So a reality that I've come to live with is disorder and chaos. These things are inevitable. Things messing up, things blowing up in your face, even when you have put your best effort in. We don't live in a utopian paradise, Mario. I'm trying to say something that's very helpful there. We don't live in a utopian paradise. So what I have done, I've tempered my reality because I know bad things will happen. Because I know that things will not go as planned. Because I know despite your best intentions and your best design, there is always something that will not go perfectly, and it will be clearly visible to all. You don't even have to dig. It will be clearly visible to all. So, I have made a choice. I try. I say I've made a choice, but it's a work in progress. I've made a choice that I will try to see the good. Although it is very, very easy to highlight the bad, I will try to see the good. There's an energy there. There's something. It's almost palpable if you criticize, if you pull down. There's that kind of energy that actually has a lot more energy than the converse of that. And so I could choose to ignore a lot of good and talk about bad. Talk about the video that surfaced from the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital. Talk about what's happening. Well, let me not talk about those things. But one thing, somebody called me on and said, "How come you guys are so quiet about this?" The launch out there at was it Cannabis? What I can't even remember.
Cafe.
Cannabis Cafe. Seems like that's already. It looks like it's going to be popular. I saw some things there, so. But I don't have to comment on everything. I don't have to talk about everything. I don't have to get up every morning, and especially if I have divided this nation into those I like, those I don't like, those I support, those I don't support. I don't have to keep searching for things in which I can get them on a got you moment. I don't have to do that. That is so anti-productive and counterintuitive to this whole idea of nation building, that I can't see that I can pursue that kind of path. I'm saying to our people out there, if you really want to look for good, there's a lot of good that can be easily found, you know. There's a lot of good, but we choose not to talk about a whole lot of the good that is there and is available. And, you know, things that can be uplifting, you know, we choose not to talk about these things. Are you all getting me? We have this mill, we feed it with the negative, the caustic, the abrasive. You know, we keep pouring that thing. And it's just not. It's running counter to the good of our society.
So you think that we're inadvertently feeding the negative monster, and whatever we feed it, it just keeps growing.
Yeah. You know, you pull that straight out of a Little Shop of Horrors. It just wants more blood. Audrey was like,
you picked that up.
Yeah, it needs more. And I say this because it is mushrooming, it's growing, and I don't know that stuff I say here on this radio can ever even stop it. And that's why I was telling Danielle the other day, I kind of feel a sense of futility and failure. You know, and sometimes I contribute to this. Don't think I'm a saint here. Sometimes I contribute in that it's just a natural thing. Sometimes something just rubs you the wrong way and you just out with it and you just say it, and then after you say something negative or something critical, you realize, you know, I said that which is critical, which maybe I ought to have said, but I have ignored a lot of the good that I could have also said to balance things out. So it's not that I'm not guilty of it. It's just that it's so not. I have to keep warning myself and telling myself that this is not the way to go. And as much as I instruct myself on that in terms of what I should say, it also is there to be said that I should instruct myself also on what I should listen to. The kind of diet that is out there of narratives and talk and commentary and et cetera, and steadily, Mario and my fellow Vincentians, and I'm glad that I think you're listening now, steadily the diet is becoming rather, I mean, it's already negative, but it is trending heavily negative, whether it is what we say about people, what we say about organizations, social institutions, the government, and by and large our country.
But
go ahead, Mario.
But Doc, if that narrative is negative and being perpetuated, how hard is it to find the good counterpoint to hold up for that mirror? Because I mean, people can only spread the information that they have or that is readily available.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Mario. Are you saying that only good, only bad is relatively available?
That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that how easy is it to get the good points to hold up?
Well, I get you. The good points, I once said in one of my commentaries, you were on at the time I said it. I said, bad news flies on wings, and good news hobbles on crutches.
Mm-hmm.
And some people made a post out of that, but it is true. Bad news typically gets around really fast. Negative things, damaging things, shaming things, they go around really fast. Good news really, it's boring, frankly speaking. Social media and other structures have made good news a rather boring enterprise because it's not sensational, it doesn't draw attention. All right. Anyways, I didn't plan to ramble on and all of that. Honestly, really, before I called, I had no intention of saying that. What I actually wanted to talk about, I don't know where my time is. Oh gosh, I have 4 minutes.
But isn't that because some folks are probably going to see that as a tantamount to just seeing things through rose-colored glasses, trying to ignore the bad and just go with the good. Hello?
I'm here. Mario, you're too smart to say that.
Well, no, I'm just, these are arguments that folks are going to put forward to you.
What are you trying to tell me? That the bad in our society outweighs the good? That the bad is more prevalent? That the bad is more obvious? That the bad is more overpowering? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I am saying that there are folks that would say that...
I think out of the preponderance of good, we choose to highlight the bad. I think that's what it is. I have talked, Mario, this is not something that is new to me. I mean, I may be talking off the cuff this morning, on the spotty moment. Maybe it's just pouring out, but this is something that I have commented on, debated, and talked about. How we look at things, and you just mentioned rose-colored glasses. I like that, but the reality is, and I've used multiple metaphors right here on this same station to talk about this particularly troubling issues. I've talked about the fact that people are satisfied only to get one layer of the onion, and it may be troublesome to peel the entire onion. I mean, troublesome because it's not necessarily the most pleasant thing. But if you're going to get the fullness of the thing, peel the entire onion. But we take one layer and run with it. That's one metaphor I've used. I've used the idea, and mind you, as I say, all of these things, these are things I try to practice. Okay, I've used the idea, the metaphor. I've talked about the prism, that it has many angles. Light with shed lights of many different colors in many different directions. When you look through the prism, you can't just focus on just one lens or one angle. You have to, again, get multiple aspects, multiple facets, multiple points of view, to something. But when I tell you typically what happens, when you, for example, this has happened to me often, when I say something that is against the prevailing point of view, for example, and I say, okay, I hear you, I get you, I see what you're saying there. However, let us look at it from this angle. All right? You get, the names, the attacks, the labeling and everything, the rose-colored, looking at things through rose-colored and kind of thing comes through to you. Case in point, the vaccine thing, right? The mandate. Just last week I said, I don't get it. I mean, I was very clear. I'm being, be very honest. I don't get it when I see all of these photos flooding the internet, up to last night, flooding Facebook, of all of the gatherings we're having in Vincent. And clearly we outside. Clearly. And so I was trying to reconcile that with the fact that on one particular end, we are still very stringent in what applies to the frontline workers. So we have loosened up everywhere except it seems in it's just optics of it, mind you. Optics, so let me be very clear. We have loosened up everywhere except there. And but what I said in making that commentary is that I was very careful to admit that there might be things that I am not aware of, different views and rationales, and this thing might be nuanced in a way. There might be other layers of the onion, so to speak, that I'm not aware of. That might give a fuller explanation and might help us to maybe understand better why this is so, why frontline workers are still out at sea when the boaters come home, and we don't get it. But like I said, that does not preclude and prevent and say that there are not different things. It's just that we are not hearing them. We're not hearing these arguments. And, having made the allowance for the fact that there might be other alternate explanations out there is really bothersome to some people, that I would say something like that. They only want to see things one way. And when we live in this myopic, cultured, centered worldview that things only have one side, there's only one way to look at something, my way. When we do that, I think we not only do ourselves harm, but the advancement of our social good is rather impeded. Anyways, what I really wanted to talk about this morning, I would save for tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Doc. Sorry if I derailed you, but
No,
it was a very interesting discussion.
Mario and others may have picked up these days. I can't add to the problem. I can't exacerbate the problem. And a lot of the juicy discussions and topics and all of that, whether it is politics or COVID or this or that, is scintillating and it's sensational and all that. And if I get, I am adding to it.
Right.
So what I am trying to do is to see if I could say some things that would help people adjust their perspective and how they assimilate material and how they view things. And to remember that we are all still Vincentians and we all want people. We should love each other and promote the good of the country rather than have a tear-down mentality. Some people have picked up that's what I'm trying to do, but I don't know if I will succeed, but I'll still try for a while and see how it goes, okay?
I hear you.
Okay.
All right, Doc.
All right,
take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.
All right. And that's how we bring it to a close here. Boom 1069 OMG in the morning. On behalf of the DJ Premier, the DJ Supreme, El Choparino. Thank you for putting up with us for the last couple hours. Hey, what's his name? What's her name? Sorry, it's his name. Jillian is up next with the Shade Room. We've got Puncher in with her as well too. Got to let the folks know on the outside before I head out though, because this is a PSA for public assistance. That's right, payment on Thursday, 10th May at the Revenue Office Tuesday, 10th May, Revenue Office in Barrowley. Monday, 16th May, the Revenue Office in Myro, Union Island, Canawan, and Beckway. All right, so make sure and get yourself down there with your ID, etc., and get your payments. And of course, Woodsy out in Brooklyn, New York, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. The soft opening of Woodsy Bar and Restaurant happening on the 20th, outside Friday, May 20th. Get your appetizers, get your eats, your drinks, and a whole lot more. The Bar and Restaurant is going to be doing the soft opening. Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Thank you for hanging with us on the nation's number one trending. This is Boom 1069. Take us to the top, buddy, or play the top, whatever you want to do.
We serving you up the number one morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Danielle, and DJ Shady. We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action move, hey, you don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 1069.